This right here is the great hall in the whole castle. This is where Lord Egerton planned to entertain his guests with the finest wine in the world, the best of the best that money can buy. This pipe organ in the magnificent expansive ballroom was made by Davis & Sons. The casework bore the family crest, and since Lord Egerton couldn't play a note, he flew in a pianist from England 3 times in a year to just stay with him and play music. It took 16 years to complete this castle. Lord Maurice Egerton was 8 years old by the time of its completion in 1954. He called his friends from as far as Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe, and Malawi to celebrate. It was billed as the biggest party ever seen in pre-colonial Kenya, but the party had come too soon. He invited the woman for whom the castle was built and prepared a grand entry into his compound, sealing off the old house she called a chicken house and a dog's kennel. The celebration it was to turn out had come too soon. When the love of his life for whom the castle had been built came back to Kenya and to see it, she dismissed it as a museum and a monument to vanity. She refused his offer of marriage for a second time, and this broke the heart of Lord Egerton, who made a 4-point declaration when she left him to get married to another man in Australia.
Kutoka hapo Lord aliweka sheria 4. Sheria moja, usilete kuku hai kwa Lord compound, lete kuku nyama. Ya pili, usifuge umbwa samba hii. Ya tatu, police jeshi asiingie kwa samba ya Lord kama nafaa uniform. Ya 4, Lord ataki kuona uso wa mwanadamu, naitwa mwanamuke.
He furnished and ran the castle as if the family he had envisaged actually existed. Nobody but the house servants was ever allowed in. He developed such a passionate hatred for all women that he banned them from his castle and put up notices warning female trespassers that they risked being shot on sight. Visitors, including friends, were to leave their wives and daughters 8 miles away from the castle. And when he planned to visit the quarters where his African staff lived, he would issue a 2-week notice so that all women could be vacated. Lord Maurice Egerton first came to Kenya in 1927, aged 53. He became enchanted by the countryside after meeting his friend Lord Delamere and bought 1,900 acres of farmland next to him. Lord Maurice Egerton, the 4th Baron of Tatton, was turned down twice by the woman he fell in love with, even after building a 52-roomed castle. He kept away from the master bedroom he had built for the woman of his dreams. After her rejection, he slept in this room where he eventually succumbed to illness in 1958, having lived in the castle he built for his love for only 4 years. He was 84 years old at the time of his death.
Madaktari 25 liletwa kutoka Ulaya walikuwa nakaa hapa. Kuna madaktari ya usiku, kuna madaktari ya mchana.
Alikuwa hapa ndani. Hapa ndio alikuwa anatibiwa.
Hapa ndio alikuwa anatibiwa.
He had furnished and ran the castle with the house servants only. He died a lonely man without any children to inherit his property, and that marked the end of the Egerton lineage. So what happened to the castle after his death?
A lot of people moved in and they lived inside and vandalized the place. And since 2002, we have been renovating the castle to bring it to its original state.
The locals kept their goats here, brewed local alcohol, and even cooked on these floors using charcoal, oblivious of the rich history this place had. It has become a shadow of its former glory and splendor. It is ironic that the house that failed to win love for Lord Maurice Egerton is now a favorite spot for lovers, tying the knot on its expansive green lawns. Lord Maurice Egerton died a devastated and heartbroken man with no children and no member of his family to continue his lineage. And here he lies unattended in an overgrown grave. Even in death, he remains unloved.